Hello, welcome to this lesson where we are continuing to look at how to construct a quadrilateral, okay, given the information. We are coming from lesson 5 where we did not give an exercise. So the exercise for lesson 5 as well as this one will be given at the end of this lesson. Remember to pause this video so that you can copy the question in full and then come with me as we go step by step. These lessons are meant for you. These lessons are meant for friends. These lessons are meant for your children and your parents, those that may want to go back to school. All right, my name is Mr. Mbondo Chaumba at Nyumbanga Secondary School in Lusaka. So let's get started if you have copied the question. Okay, so the question says construct a quadrilateral PQRS in which PQ is equals to 8 centimeters and RQ is equals to 6 centimeters. The angle PQR is equals to 110 degrees. RS is equals to 4 centimeters, and the PS, this is PS, take note, PS is equals to 9 centimeters. So this is our starting point. This is our starting point. Take note of that. This is our starting point. So we always need to come up with a sketch. We need to come up with a sketch. Remember that a quadrilateral is a four-sided polygon. A four-sided polygon. So we always do our sketch. Something that is four-sided, just to give us a guide, okay? Just to give us, it's just a sketch, like a road map, okay? Something that we are going to refer to. All right, this is not accurate, remember, okay? So we are saying this is going to be, and take note that the angle, if you've got one or two angles, the line that has an angle should always be the base. The line that has an angle should always be at the base. So the angle is at Q, okay? So I'm going to call this PQRS. This is a sketch. So from this, what am I given? PQ is equals to 8 centimeters. Okay? Then QR is equals to 6 centimeters. QR is equals to 6 centimeters. Then this angle here is 110. That's the information that is given. Okay? Then, again, if you're following me, RS is equals to 4 centimeters. RS, this part, is equals to 4 centimeters. Okay? Then the last one, which is PS. PS is equals to 9 centimeters. This is the information that we are given. And this is a sketch. A sketch, okay? Then now we want to come up with something that is the true or the actual thing. The actual quadrilateral. Are we together? All right? So let's get started. Okay? So the first one is 8 centimeters. From P to Q, we need 8 centimeters. Are you following me? So we are starting from 0. We go up to, I have exceeded 8 centimeters. So please, I'm sorry about this one. Let's take it up there. 8 centimeters from here up to this one. Okay? This is our P and this is our Q. This is the 8 centimeters. Please, I can't erase this one, so let's leave with it. Okay? But ignore it. All right. So we continue. Okay? What is the next thing that we're supposed to do? What is the next thing that we're supposed to do? The next thing that we're supposed to do, we are supposed to measure this angle here. We are supposed to measure this angle. Are you following me? And we use our protractor. Our protractor, how do we do it? This point here, this point should be at the angle center, okay? Remember the angle that we are looking at is PQR, which is given as 110 degrees. 110 degrees. So this angle must be what? And we have been demonstrating from the previous exercise how we measure angles. Nevertheless, our job is to repeat over and over like we are preaching the gospel. So now, remember, the zero must be sleeping or lying on top of the line. So we begin to count 0, 10, 20 until we get to 110. Our 110 is at this point, okay? It's at that point. So I'm going to put a dot there to show the guide that is where my angle is going to pass. All right? That is the guide. I hope you're seeing. This is where my angle 110 is supposed to pass. What is the next thing? And from P to Q, from P to R, from Q to R, I need 6 what? Centimeters. From Q to R, I need 60 centimeters. Okay? So now I need to measure to get 6 centimeters here. How do we do that? We go back to our ruler. Our ruler is here. Our ruler is here. So we measure from this point. From this point here, we need what? 6 centimeters. And I've just measured. I've just gotten my 6 centimeters. Okay? Just gotten my 6 centimeters. So now, from Q here to R, it's what? 6 centimeters. So I need to put an arc. So this dot shows me that that's the angle. This arc is representing 60 centimeters. So now you should know now that we need to draw our point. From here, going to R, R is going to be right on this line. If it was like something maybe 3 centimeters, which is falling before the dot of the angle, the dot was just going to be guiding us. We were going to end where that measurement ends from. But in this case, we're supposed to go up to 6 centimeters. Are you following me? That is our 6 centimeters there. So, meaning my R is going to be here. My R is going to be here. Okay? My R is going to be here. Okay? Now, take note that we are told that there is now, at this point, we need to work with the information that we are given. At this point, we need to work with the information that we are given. We know that from, please follow me, okay? At this point, let me get rid of this part. I think somehow it's distracting us, eh? Okay? So, we know now that somewhere here we have S. We have S. Now, according to the information that we have, please follow me. The information says what we know is that from P to S, it's 9 centimeters. From R to S, it's 4 centimeters. Okay? So what are we supposed to do? We get the measurements. Again, from this P, remember we are not given this angle here. We are not going to estimate. From this P to S, we are going to get 9 centimeters from the ruler. Are we together? Tulanto omwehena. 999. Okay, so now this is our 9. So let's go. So now from this point, from P, we need to have, it's 9. To wherever S is, okay? To wherever S is. Mambera bantu vanga. So let's continue. These things are very simple. Okay? So now we get the measurement for RS. From R to S, it's 4 centimeters. So we get 4 centimeters. This one. This is my 4 centimeters. Are we together? Oh, yes, 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 yes. I'm answering on your behalf because you're not answering. Here. Oh, okay. Anyway, I hope you are able to see the first arc. That is what you must pay attention to. I hope you are able to see the first arc. I'm using a pen which can't be raised. Okay? So this is my 4 centimeters. So I need to put my 4 centimeter here and draw an arc. Okay? And draw an arc. So this is my 4 centimeter which I have drawn here. So please, this is what we are going to do now. I'm sorry that there are those errors there. So we are going to move from this point now, we join. So it is going to be from here, we go to this point. This is 9 centimeters. Then coming down here, okay. I'm using a pen so that it's clearer, but these things it's advisable to use a pencil so that you can easily erase. So for me, I could not do that. So I can try just to cover that. Okay, so this is how our quadrilateral is going to look like. Okay, then we have information now that is given. We have information that is given now that we are going to work with. Look at this. Look at this. Measure. Are we together? Measure and write down the size of angle S, which is PRS. Measure and write down the angle of S, PRS, or PSR. PSR. So, PSR. Remember that our S is at this point. Our S is at this point. So PSR, it is this angle. And how are we going to measure it? It will depend whether you want to start from this side. So let me put it this way. Okay? Let me put it this way. We have been measuring angles together, so now we are somehow familiar. This is right here. Okay? And then also, okay. So we measure now, we are starting from 0. I hope you are able to see our 0 here. 0 and somewhere here, this is 120. Could be 118, 119, 120, somewhere there. Okay, so when you get something, remember we are estimating plus minus 1. So this is 120, the angle that is needed there. It's 120. Okay, it's 120. All right, so this was B. If you want, you can write your B here and say, okay, my B, the angle is 120, but it can even be marked from here. When we are doing the marking of these things, nobody goes there to fail the candidate. Okay, each and every teacher is at pains to see their own people fail. So now we come to this part. On the same diagram and within the quadrilateral, PQRS, construct the locus of points which is equidistant from RS and RQ. RS and RQ. So here we are looking at which side is common, okay, or which letter is common. Letter R is common, so we are going to go to this angle. Letter R, we are going to bisect. We have got R here, there is RS and RQ. So we are going to bisect this angle here. That is what that means. Okay, so let's do the bisecting. This is how we do bisect. How do we bisect an angle? That is what we are demonstrating. We draw an arc here and another arc here. Then we use these arcs now. Okay, let me extend this. I'll use this arc, drawn this arc. This arc. Okay, so have you seen this point where the two arcs are crossing, then there we're going to draw a straight line. We're going to draw a straight line there. Okay, from this point R, we're going to draw a straight line. Remember the question was saying within the quadrilateral. Within the quadrilateral. So I'm going to within the quadrilateral. Okay, this is the arc. Within, this is the locus. Within the quadrilateral. This one. Okay, then the next one. Come back to the question. Next one is, what is it saying? Next one is saying 3 centimeters from PQ. 3 centimeters from PQ. 3 centimeters. Okay? So PQ is a straight line. So this means that we need another straight line. Now, the question says within the quadrilateral. So we are looking at this upper part. The line here, or the locus that maintains a 3 centimeter constant distance apart from this. Okay? So there are two methods that we can use here. There are two methods that we can use here. One where we draw the arcs, and the other one, which is, I think, is simpler, where you measure. Here it should be like at 90 degrees here. Okay? From this point Q, you measure 3 centimeters, then you also come to P here, you measure what? Measure 3 centimeters like this. Then we join these 2 points. We join these points. Now remember that our concentration, the question says within the triangle. So I'm going to concentrate on within the triangle. This part we may not need it. Okay? So that is that question. Okay? So if you want, you can call this is our B2. Then this line here, this line was our B1. Okay? But the marker, upon seeing all these things, they really don't bother sometimes to go to the numbering. So after that, we come to this now. Okay? We come to this. X is a point inside the quadrilateral such that X is 3 centimeters. X is 3 centimeters from PQ. 3 centimeters from PQ, meaning we are talking about this locus here. This line. This is the line that is 3 centimeters from PQ. This question is always referring to this. Okay? So when they're talking about 3 centimeters, they're talking about along this line. Then the second one said 3 centimeters from PQ and equidistant from RS and the RQ. Mark and label the point. So the equidistant one is this one. 3 centimeters is, so we are actually talking about this point where the two do meet here. Okay, where the two meet here. This is the point that is X. Put X here. It's as simple as that. This question here, always this question C, is talking about these two. If there are 3 here, then those 2 that they are going to bring in here, just follow the points where the 2 intersect. That's why you should put this one. Okay? So I'm going to the last part now, which is also very simple, and you just have to be a person who is good at Chizungu, English, and you understand it better than the teacher. You won't even have complications. So here we are told that then another point Y within the quadrilateral is such that it is equal to or more than 3 centimeters. Equal to or more than. So meaning from this point to this point, this is what? 3 centimeters. So equal to, it's on this line. More than, it's greater, meaning on top. More than, it's greater, meaning on top. On top of this. So, in other words, we are like trying to say we no longer want this part here. We are looking at the part that is on top. Okay? We are looking at the part that is on top, which is this one. Are we together? That's what that means now. Then we come to this other one. Back to the question. And nearer to what? RQ than RS. And nearer to RQ than RS, meaning using this line, this locus, we are looking at when we are considering this region below here, it's nearer to RQ than, because the region that we're going to talk about maybe will be touching on PQ. So nearer on it's this part. So in other words, it's like we are saying we don't need this other region here, okay? We don't need this other region, which is this one here. We don't need it. So you can see that the region that we are remaining with, it's this part here, isn't it? This part. This is the region that we are remaining with. This one. And that's the region that they are telling us to shade here. This is the region that they are telling us to shade. Are we together? Are we together? This is the region that we are supposed to do what? To shade. I can get rid of this. Okay, this one can remain. Okay? So this is the region that they are telling us to do what? To shade. Okay. This is the region that they are telling us to shade, and they are saying what? This another point Y. So now the last part they are saying shade clearly the region in which Y must lie. In which Y must lie. So this is the region in which Y must lie. This is the region in which Y must lie. And when you do this, you get 7 or 8 marks in the exam. And this question comes in paper 2, section A. Section A, this is one of the compulsory questions. And it's one of the simplest questions apart from being compulsory. It has nothing mathematical about it. It's even nice because it's like you're just playing. In the end, you get more marks. Okay? So just like I promised in the beginning, that at the end of this one, I'm going to give you an exercise. But I want to explain something before I give you an exercise. All right? Remember, I said that a quadrilateral is a four-sided polygon. A quadrilateral is a four-sided polygon. Now, these four-sided polygons, there are some that are regular and others that are irregular. Okay? So, like this one, it's an irregular quadrilateral. So I want to look at specific quadrilateral. Maybe I'll pay particular attention to a parallelogram. So let me take you to a parallelogram, and because in some questions or in some years or exams, they will ask you to draw a parallelogram. Now, a parallelogram is a special quadrilateral. You need to know some features of it. Okay, so let me take you there. Okay, pay attention to these notes here. What is a parallelogram? They will ask you to do, please, I'm speaking as an expert. I know that sometimes you'll be asked to handle such a thing. So you need this. Opposite sides are equal. Opposite angles are equal. Diagonals, okay. These two, the first two, are the ones that you have to pay particular attention to. Okay? The first two are the ones that you have to pay particular attention to, because they'll ask you, okay, mark my words. So now let me try to explain what is involved here. Okay? Let me try to explain what is involved. So when they ask you to draw something like a parallelogram, okay? A parallelogram, you should know that these two sides, this side is equal to this side. Okay? So if they have told you you have got A, B, C, D, if they have given you the measurement, for instance, for A, that AB is equals to 10 centimeters, you should know that even in DC is 10 centimeters, because they will not give you this one. By virtue of saying a parallelogram, they know that you should know, and you learned from your teacher, like I'm teaching you here, my people, that this one, the measurement for this one and this one, when we are dealing with it, a parallelogram, when we are dealing with a parallelogram, these are the features that I'm giving you here. Okay? So these are the features that I'm giving you. What am I saying? This side is equal to that side. So once they have given you this measurement, you need to know that that one is C. If also they have given you, they'll always give you, maybe they'll give you 2, because you should know that if they have given this is 10, then they will know that this person will also conclude that that is 10. If this is 7, they will also know that you should conclude that this is 7 centimeters. And if you read those features there, they said opposite angles are what? Are equal. So if this angle is 120, even this one is 120. If this one is, and then there's one thing that you're supposed to know. Even in an event where they have given you like one angle, you should know that if you have got a straight line like this one, if you are given this angle here, because this line is parallel to this one, if they have given you this angle here, and this angle is, for instance, 120, this other angle here should do, you subtract this one from 180. Those are the rules, because for a parallelogram, these sides are parallel. So this angle and this one, they add up to 180. Meaning even here, you're going to have 120 without measuring even there. Okay? So those are some of the things that you are supposed to know when we are talking about a parallelogram, because those things, we may not be able to exhaust everything. There's even a rhombus, okay? So you should be able to know what is a rhombus. A rhombus, if in case they ask you to construct a rhombus, this is a rhombus here. These are the features of a rhombus. Okay? What is a rhombus? Now, we never know, and we don't want to take things for granted. These people will ask you something like, so a rhombus is like a square, okay? You have a square, a square, isn't it? A square is something like this one. All the sides are equal. But if you have pushed it, when it slants, okay, it becomes a rhombus. Like this side has been pushed, this one also has been pushed. This is a rhombus where all the sides are equal here. Okay, so we're just trying, we don't know how the exam may come, so we're giving you all the possibilities. Okay, so we're going to give you 3 questions that you are going to do under this. Okay, they may be different, but please make sure you do them. So these are the questions that I want you to do. These are the questions that I want to do. If you follow, this is the 6th and the last lesson of this topic. So if you have followed these lessons from lesson 1, you will discover that all these have been covered have adequately been covered here. So please get this question. This is 2020 GCE. Have you seen the year here? This is 2020 GCE. Okay. Some more questions. More questions. This is 2020. The internal. 2020 internal. Okay. So, okay. Let's give the last one. This was 2013. 2013. I hope it's clear. Okay. 2013. I hope it's clear. Okay. This is 2013. Okay. I hope everything you have captured. So like I said, this is the last video. Our job is to make sure that we give you all the questions that we give you, we are getting them from the past exam papers. So please, thank you very much for watching. We are doing a lot. Just check out, there are a lot of videos on our channel, a lot. Okay? So thank you so much once again.